back. This is the second video of our series this week, and today we're focusing solely on what the club face is doing at impact, okay? So what we're not going to be doing is focusing on your wrists, your forearms, and definitely not your grip pressure. We're going to be focusing solely on the club face. This is where we're going to put our focus. A major thing that people need to understand is the club face accounts for around 85% of your starting direction when it comes to making impact with the golf ball, okay? Wherever your ball starts, basically where the face is pointed at impact. So today what I'm going to be showing you is what the club face is trying to do, why most golfers struggle to control the club face, and how elite golfers, professional golfers, control the club face without thinking about internal body mechanics. And at the end, I'll give you one simple drill that you can utilize on the golf course or if you have a simulator. So first off, let's simplify this. At impact, the club face has one job, and that is to align the club face to your intended target line relative to the path. And that's it. The club face simply doesn't care how you got there, what position your wrists were in, or what position your elbows were in, or your hip rotation, or anything like that. It simply doesn't matter. What matters is how the club face is coming into the ball on particular angles. The club head only reacts to how it's being delivered in space. And here's the key insight that most golfers miss. Elite golfers, what they're trying to do when they're coming into impact is they're not actually manipulating the face all that much at the bottom. They're not trying to roll it over or have it stay super open unless they're trying to hit a super big cut shot or a super hook. Those are the only parameters when they're trying to actually roll the club face through the ball or keep it open. But for the most part, what they're doing is they're letting their body just react coming into the ball, trying to keep the club face as square as possible while swinging the club path on a neutral arc. And that is the best way to decrease your dispersion and start hitting more greens over time. So when you look at Scottie, Scheffler, and Tiger Woods, and the best players in the world, one of the things that they have is they have extreme control, extremely good control of the club face through impact. And how they do this is they set up to the ball and they set their parameters with the club face before they even pull the trigger on the swing. So if they're trying to hit a cut shot, they know instinctively that the face needs to be open to that path. So what they'll do is they'll actually set the club face a little bit open at address. And then from here, you can really cut across the ball with an open face and have the ball turn from left to right for a right-hander and right to left for a left-hander. I'll take a quick swing and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm lining up to the ball. I'm getting my parameters set in my setup. And so I'll open the face a tad, and then from here, I'll just cut across the ball and let the ball turn from left to right. Perfect. And you can see my target started a little bit to the left and then came back to the right. Beautiful little cut shot there. That's all it is, guys. Super simple. Let's keep this really simple. If Scottie Scheffler is trying to hit a draw, one of the things that he will do is he'll go through his alignment and his posture and his setup. But when it comes to the club face, he's going to have the club face. He knows instinctively that the club face has to be close to his path in order to hit a draw. So he'll set his parameters up. He'll close the face a little bit. Not much. It's just a subtle amount, but it's a little bit. Club face will be slightly closed. Now he can swing into out, and he knows that club face is going to be closed. And what this will do for him is it will allow him to close the face to the path and hit that nice, beautiful high draw shot when he needs to out on the golf course. Perfect. And you guys can see here too, started it out to the right, came back to the left. So, when it comes to the professionals, guys, they're manipulating the club at setup. They're setting up with specific parameters before they even swing the club. They just want to take the swing and react to what they're trying to do. So if you're trying to hit a draw shot, close your face a little bit at address. If you're trying to hit a cut shot, open it up a little bit. And these parameters will have it all set up for you and make it easier for you when you come into the ball at impact to either cut across it or to hit a nice draw shot. Most golfers that I see that are trying to learn the game have been taught how to manipulate the club face incorrectly. They start thinking about internal body mechanics. My wrist should be here at impact. My wrist should be rolling over. They start focusing on body parts. My elbow should be in a certain position to come into the ball to hit a certain shot. I like to bring up Scottie Scheffler here because he is just the master at club face control, because I know that this is what he focuses on the most when he's swinging. And he understands that he's manipulating the face in space as he's coming down to hit particular shots, okay? You can set up, like we said, with parameters to make it easier on yourself, but while the professionals are swinging in space, they're not thinking about internal body mechanics, where their wrists are, blah, blah, blah. They're focusing solely on either they have to get that club face closed at impact or slightly open, depending on what type of shot they're trying to hit. So their intent is focusing on whether I have to keep the face open or whether I have to close the face in order to hit whatever shot I'm trying to hit. The best players in the world think about how they're going to orient the club face at impact when they're swinging. They're not focusing on body positions. So I'm going to give you guys a simple drill that you guys can perform today. I like to do this on the range and on the simulator. So if you're on the range, one of the best things you can do is get a alignment rod, stick it in the ground directly in front of you, about 20 yards in front of you. And what I'm trying to do on this particular drill is I'm trying to start the ball in particular directions and wrap it around the alignment stick, okay? So if I want to hit a power draw, I want to get that face pointed out to the right and then have the ball come back. So pretending that I have an alignment rod right down the middle, I want to start the ball out this way and then have it come around. And if I'm trying to hit a nice pull cut, I start the ball this way and have it come out back to the right. That's what I'm trying to do with this drill. Put the alignment rod about 20 yards in front of you, and then you can really see with your visuals whether or not you're starting the ball in the proper directions. And when you're performing this, you can just focus solely on the club face and where it's pointed. Master where you're getting the club face pointed. It's all about building the feel that you need to get the club face pointed in the right direction for your desired shot. And if you guys are using a simulator, most of the simulators, when you go on the range, they have a center line cut right down the middle that is on the projector. So all you need to focus on is getting the ball started, whether that be right to left or left to right, whatever shot you're trying to hit, but focus solely on getting the club face pointed in the direction where you want the ball to start. And if you do this, you're going to start to master the art of club face control, and it's going to really enhance your game when you get on the golf course, because you're going to instinctively know what you need to do in order to hit a particular shot. And then you can let your body and your nervous system reorganize itself because you've trained and you've practiced, and you're going to be able to hit those shots more on command. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys watching the videos, and I know that if you guys follow this instruction, it's really going to ease your golf game. It's going to make things incredibly simple, and you're going to be able to play golf at a higher level. Because in today's instruction, everybody's overcomplicating everything, and it just doesn't need to be overcomplicated. You need to understand some theory when it comes to golf, but when it comes to swinging this golf club, you got to focus on the club head. And if you focus on the club head, everything else will take care of itself. And guys, I just want to mention, if you guys are really struggling with your golf games and you want to improve, I'm going to be doing a series every single week that are going to make your golf game super simple for yourself. And you're going to have an ease, a relaxation effect that's going to happen when you go play, and you're going to have way more fun. So subscribe, hit the subscribe button down below. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about what the club path is trying to do. We're going to be focusing solely on the club path.